What does it mean if you have a planet in the ascendant? What are some of the secrets which unravel your personality when you have a particular planet in the ascendant, in the lagna, in the first house? Okay, and when I'm speaking of the lagna, I'm very careful. I'm not speaking of the first house of the lagna chart. Wow, then which chart am I talking of? I'm talking of all the other divisional charts. Okay, so therefore, recently I made a video on secrets of your ascendant sign. So in that I said that the sign in the ascendant is like a filter. So anything which comes from any house will be filtered through that zodiac sign. And if things are in harmony with that zodiac sign, only then you can experience happiness from that particular house. Okay, otherwise it could become a bit of a challenge. All right, so today we shall discuss what does it mean when you have a particular planet. And now you can take any normal planet, or you could also take lordships. Okay, so for example, suppose you have any planet, but that planet is the lord of your 10th house, or that planet is the lord of your 4th house, 5th house. So then what does it mean? All right, so that's something we shall discuss today in short. And as usual, if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe to it down below. And if you want a consultation from me regarding your career or marriage or health or planets in the ascendant, you can always go to my website down below in the description section. And yes, God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you will find him, even if you have Saturn or Rahu or Ketu in the ascendant, because these three are the most feared, dreaded malefics in astrology. And so now, what is the ascendant? Ascendant is the lagna, the rising sign, as you know. Now, when you say ascendant chart, we mean the D1 chart, but then you have a ascendant in every divisional chart also. Okay, so if you have the Navamsha, then that is the first house of the Navamsha is also the ascendant of the Navamsha. Okay, because many times when I say your Navamsha Lagna has Mars or Rahu, Jupiter, then people say, what? Navamsha and Lagna are different, right? How do you say Navamsha Lagna? So Navamsha Lagna means first house of the Navamsha for the beginners. Similarly, you have the Shamsha. So for that chart also you have a Lagna, right? Do not forget that. So now, what does it mean to have a planet in the ascendant? Planet in the ascendant shows that which affects you the most in the most peculiar way, or that planet in the ascendant will show you which is that planet or which is that house. Because if a planet is sitting in the ascendant, it's definitely going to rule one house at least. Sun and moon will rule one house, and all the other planets will rule two houses, of course. Okay, of course Rahu Ketu do not have lordships. So if there's a planet, then that particular lordship which you have of that planet or lordships, that is something which can affect you very strongly. That can affect you in a positive way, that can affect you in a negative way. Okay, and you have to know how to blend the mixture of both the things actually. So sometimes you have to understand some planets are very masculine, they're forward going. Some planets are not very masculine, they're very feminine. So, but these masculine planets might rule houses which are feminine in nature, and the planets which are feminine might rule houses which are masculine in nature. So then comes the fun, what kind of results can you expect? Okay. So for example, if you have Mars in the Lagna, any Lagna, okay, Lagna of your D1 or D9 or D10 or anything, then it can mean that Mars affects you very strongly. So whenever you see or experience Martian traits, you get motivated like anything. Okay. So therefore, you will see, I have seen in my experience, Mars in the Lagna, especially of D1 chart, these people can be too much motivated sometimes. It's like hyper motivated, or or they can lack motivation in life. Why? Because then it's like saying Mars is that fiery planet which likes everything very fast. So if that is not there in their life, then they can feel very dry and depressed. Okay, they may feel that life's not worth pursuing. Basically, life's not worth living. So similarly, if you have the Lord of the 10th house in the Lagna, then it can happen that unless you feel that you are making a big contribution to life, you are impacting lives of other people, you do not feel as if you're doing something interesting in life, all right? You may not feel that you are becoming a complete human being. So similarly, it happens, if the triennial lords are in Lagna, then you might feel that whatever you do in life should be a part of who you are. Okay, so therefore, it's very crucial that whenever you are doing some analysis or doing a consultation, apart from all the thousands of factors that you consider, you should always consider the planet which is sitting in the ascendant. That's very crucial. Why? Because that is the planet. So that planet will tell you to what extent will the entire horoscope matter to you, which placements in the horoscope are very crucial for you. Okay, so for example, if you have the Lord of the 2nd or 7th in the Lagna, in the ascendant, then family, marriage and Venusian things, because Venus is the Karaka for marriage, these things affect you very much. So in this case, if a person has a Mahadasha which indicates the 6th house or the 10th house, then this can literally put the person into depression. Why? Because now it's like saying this person values family and married life, but now the Dasha is indicating the person will have to follow celibacy, or the person won't be in a happy marriage. So now this same Mahadasha can make the person's life very miserable. Now if you take the opposite scenario, that if the 6th lord is in the Lagna and the person is running the Mahadasha of the 6th house or the 10th house, the person will not feel that his life is miserable. The person will feel, all right, life's usual, the way it is. Because these things like 6th house, 10th house, work and all the daily routine work, this might feel very normal. Okay, and then the Mahadasha is there, and then this person can feel, all right, life's the way it should be, or life's the way I want it to be. So then therefore you will always see that 6th house dasha or 10th house dasha is running, and sometimes the person is like, all right, life's fine, and sometimes the person is like, oh my god, sir, what will happen, my married life is in shambles, it's in ruins, I'm going to be divorced, please save me, what will happen, tell me, is there some scope, blah blah blah, oh my god, or I'm forced to follow celibacy, I can't find anybody, it's bogging my mind, I'm losing my mind, please tell me what will happen, sir. So now you know why that happens. And therefore, you should always try to harmonize three things. The ascendant. Ascendant means the sign in the ascendant, the planets in the ascendant, and the ascendant lord. And when the ascendant lord is placed, this is when it comes to the ascendant and the first house, because that's very important, because everything is related to the first house, because the first house owns the horoscope. When you say 10th house, you mean 10th house from the Lagna. You could also say 10th house from the moon, but generally when we say a person has moon in the 10th house, we mean 10th from the Lagna. So Lagna is the king, he's the ruler, he's the owner, he's the proprietor of the horoscope. He's like Lord Narayan. Alright, so therefore the planet in the ascendant is very crucial to decide the Mahadashas that you are getting. So you may think that, okay, I have this planet in the ascendant, but then how do I know? How will it behave? So it's very simple. You see the Mahadashas, and then you see, so your upcoming Mahadashas. So for example, if you are 20, 25 or 30, then you will have at least, 2 or 3 Mahadashas that will consume the most phases of your life, around 30 years or 40 years, till the time you are 70 or 80. So depending on which dasha you are running, of course, currently. So then you have to see these dasha planets and the houses which these dasha lords indicate, or these placements, and then you have to check, is the planet in the ascendant harmonizing with these Mahadashas. If the harmony is there, then what happens? You are able to go through these Mahadashas very easily, even if they are difficult. But if they are opposing, then even if there are good things, you will still be unhappy. So for example, if you have the 7th lord in the Lagna, and if you have a dasha which is indicating the 6th and the 10th, you may get a promotion, but you will be miserable inside. You know why? Because that might ruin your marriage, that might end your marriage. Okay, you might have separation during that time if it's very strongly indicated. And if it is in a malefic, you might have a divorce. Okay, like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Other planets won't allow divorce, but these three may allow divorce. So then you'll be thinking, you as an astrologer will give a prediction that, oh, this time will be brilliant for your career. Okay, the 10th house is indicated, you know, the 6th house is indicated, just superb. You will rise high, you will shine in life. And then the Mahadasha starts, and this person calls you and says, sir, I'm in depression. And you're like, why? How in the universe can you be in depression? You may, then the person will say, no, but whatever you said is true, but the only problem is I am not happy. Why? Because that thing which affects him the most, which is, you know, marriage or family, 7th house, 2nd house, is it's contrary to, and the Mahadasha is contrary to what affects him the most. So it's like saying he is getting promotions, he is getting some nice job offers, but that doesn't affect him. It's like saying that doesn't make an impact in his life. That does not give him a feeling as if it is worth living for that. Okay, so therefore what happens is he ends up feeling that whatever I get in life during this period is not valuable. So therefore you will see many people, they will get so many things during their Mahadashas, Antaradashas, but they don't value them. And then you will think that, oh my God, you have this. I wish I had this. All right. Did you ever feel like this? That when you have your friend or relative or family member or any other stranger or even some famous personality, you see them having this much, oh, look how much money this person has, oh, what a nice spouse this person has, you know, what a beautiful relationship, you know, what a beautiful car, what a beautiful house, how beautiful their children are. I wish I had this thing. I wish my life was also similar in this area of life. And then you talk to this person, oh, you know, you are so lucky and so fortunate, and this person is like, okay. So now you understand why it happens, because what that person has, maybe that thing is related to your ascendant or the planet sitting in the ascendant. Okay, but the Mahadashas which that person is running now may not be something which is linked to the planet in the ascendant for that person. Now, of course, many of you will ask, but sir, I do not have a planet in my ascendant. What will happen? All right. So in that case, you have to check which planets are aspecting your ascendant. So if you have Jupiter in 5, 7, 9, it will aspect the ascendant. If you have like Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus in the 7th, they will also aspect the ascendant. And if you have now Mars in the 10th, it will aspect the ascendant. Mars in the 6th aspects the ascendant. Mars in the 7th will also aspect the ascendant. Okay. Saturn in the 11th will aspect. Saturn in the 4th will aspect. Saturn in the 7th will also aspect the ascendant. Now you will say that, oh sir, but you know, I don't have any planets in the ascendant. I also have no aspects in the ascendant. Well, that cannot happen because every planet aspects every house. All right, so you have to find out the amount of aspects. So these aspects which you have, Jupiter aspects, the 5th, 7th, and 9th, that is like a full aspect, which means the full effect is there. Okay. Full means not like literally 100%, but you could understand that these are the prominent aspects, but that you have to find out using softwares, and you have to see how much degree wise, how much percentage is the aspect. Okay, because as I said, every planet will aspect every other house, so you have to find out which is that damn planet which is that special planet which is contributing to my ascendant. Okay, then you will know that, all right, my planet, this particular planet impacts me. Okay, 7th lord is contributing much by aspect to my ascendant. That means 7th lord is something which is very crucial, so I must make sure that I sustain my marriage, right? This is just an outlook for you to do research, and I am interested to know what planets do you have in the ascendant and how do you feel about them. All right, thank you very much for your patience, and if you want to watch other videos on the ascendant, I'll put them here, somewhere down, up. And if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe to it below, and if you want a consultation from me regarding your ascendant, then please go to my website down below in the description section, right? God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you will find him, irrespective of your ascendant or ascendant planets or ascendant lord, right?